Hello, this is Resource of the Week with SolanoConnex, Mental Health, Service Access, and You. My name is Valentina Kelly, and this week we're meeting with Dr. Cabrera, who is a full-time faculty member and program coordinator in the Departments of Psychology and Human Services and Social Work at the Solano County Community College, as well as the director of the Wellness Center. Thank you so much for joining me today, Dr. Cabrera.
Thank you for having me.
So just to get started, could you tell me just a little bit about yourself and the roles that you play at Solano County Community College?
Sure. So my primary role at the college is a full-time faculty member in the Departments of Psychology and Human Services and Social Work. So I really spend a lot of time with students inside and outside the classroom. I also have various other hats that include being the coordinator for the Wellness Center that we just developed this year. I also am the program coordinator of the Human Services and Social Work program. And then I do other things like help with accreditation, and I'm also the advisor of a couple of clubs here. So wow. Very, very rooted in Solano, been here for over 16 years, I think now.
Wow. You wear a lot of hats.
Yeah, I love what I do.
Could you tell me a little bit about the Wellness Center and how it came to be and what the purpose of it is?
Sure. So the Wellness Center was an opportunity that came from Solano County Office of Education in terms of a collaborative. They had funding, and they have over 35 wellness centers, my understanding is, in Solano County at various schools, whether they're elementary schools, junior high schools. We are the first college to have a wellness center, and very privileged. We opened up in August this semester, so 2023. And the real goal of the Wellness Center is to have a safe space so then people could just, have fun, de-stress, but not in a clinical way, right? So then, people can really have a time where they can have community building, right? Trust people. And then when we are listening and we're finding out that perhaps that they can benefit from other resources, including mental health resources, food allocations, housing, whatever it may be, then we do that either warm handoff or we give referrals, right? We give information to people who might need it. So it's really developed into a safe space where everyone is welcome.
And that's for all students of Solano Community College, correct?
Correct. Yep. Everybody at Solano College can come in and just, you sign up. You sign in and you just have fun. So we have a calendar of the month, and then we have different activities, which include Uno's a favorite because everybody loves playing Uno. We have like Jumbo Jenga, we have checkers, we have paint night, we have movies, we have karaoke's a big hit. People love to sing and defrag, and it doesn't matter how you sound because we're in the background having lots of fun and doing doo-wops. So we have a calendar of events, and then we can take ideas and we input them for the next month. And so it really becomes kind of a community collaboration.
That's amazing to just have this safe space where people can come and have fun, especially I think after COVID, everyone's been feeling the isolation and those kind of impacts too. So this sounds
And then we also know that, right, the numbers in Solano County in terms of mental health referrals have gone up. Everyone is always doing more with less, right? So I think it's about time that we continue to pull in the resources from our local constituents, right, to see that they are empowered. And when you put people together that feel safe and that are even open to express what they're not feeling, right, that's so safe or that they need, then you're really building community as well. So for example, now every week, participants with the Wellness Center leads, they go to the food pantry and everyone picks up a bag of food, right? So there's no stigma, there's no shame, because we understand that the prices of food has gone up, right? And yet, wages have not substantially gone up. We are also now offering a psychoeducational group, which means in a fancy way that people are coming together to share their strategies and be able to also share their experiences, whether they are painful or not, in the hopes of learning from one another and also learning about resources that can help them meet their need. So we have a group called Un Paso Junto, which is now dedicated to the Latino AX community. And so we're meeting once a week. Last semester, we had a group that will continue, but it was called Divine Voices. And that is a group that's dedicated to people who identify as part of the LGBTQIA+ community. And so again, creating a safe space for people to share their experiences. And we had field trips to San Francisco. We did a lot of activities that allow people to not only see one another, but also be heard. And that's really important in the Wellness Center and what we do at the college.
Absolutely. And if someone were interested in becoming trained to become a helper, like joining the Human Services and Social Work program, how would they go about doing that?
Well, let me tell you a little bit about it first. So we have a program here called Human Services and Social Work, and that is really a broad term for anyone who is in the field of helping. And helping could be direct service, like I said, finding people services based on needs. Helping could be developing a program, right? Like maybe a housing program to help people with housing insecurity. So it doesn't always have to be like that clinical front end sense that we often stereotype helping to be. But it is a program in which we offer a certificate, an associate's degree, and associates for transfer degree. And you can earn your certificate in 1 year if you start in the fall. So in 5 classes, you learn how to help people to the letter of the law. You learn mandated reporting, confidentiality. You really learn a lot of basic helping skills like active listening and empathetic responses to be able to learn more, I think, about the programs. And I think all the programs we have at the college, go to the website. So solano.edu. So Solano, www.solano.edu. And then you'll see a tab that says Explore Majors. Okay, it's on the top right. And then you can just look at Human Services and Social Work, and it'll give you a little bit about and more information about our program.
Okay, great. And Dr. Cabrera, was there anything else that you wanted to add or touch on that I didn't really give you a chance to?
I think, my hope for our community when we're talking about wellness and we're talking about mental health is to try to destigmatize, right? Just having conversations about it. I think oftentimes we're still part of that old framework of what does it look like or mean to have some type of challenge to our mental wellness. And if we started thinking, challenging ourselves to think about mental wellness the same way we think about our physical bodies, right? I mean, we have one body, so it's not like it's separate. And that's the model that's merging, that we're looking at mental health and physical health, right, as health overall. So that I would encourage everyone, and especially people who come from families and generations that don't talk about, right, mental wellness. For example, that's why we develop Paso Junto, because in traditional Latino AX communities, we just don't talk about these things. So we're supposed to suck it up, right? And we know sucking it up does not help us continue to be well, because you're pushing it down. And oftentimes they might manifest itself in things like lack of sleep or not eating well, or behavior tendencies that don't allow us to be the best versions of ourselves. So I am just encouraging anyone who's listening to us is to talk about it. Because the truth is that you are the front line, right? If someone needs to be heard, that moment when they just need you to listen. Don't listen to respond. And that's what, as humans, we do a lot. We want to tell you, or, this is our advice in whatever language. I speak English and Spanish, right? So, but sometimes just the art of listening is what we need from one another. So then we are feeling heard, we are feeling validated. Then if you can take the next step and have one resource, right, whether it's sending them to Solano County Behavioral Health, whether it's sending them, right, if they're a student at Solano College, to the Wellness Center, right, that we could help people. There's a lot of free resources, So I'm encouraging everyone to be the best version of yourself, but don't feel like you got to do it alone.
Thank you for that. No, that's amazing. And I agree. I think we still need to work on just having those open conversations.
Mm-hmm.
And our question that we ask everyone at the end of the episode is, what is your favorite self-care technique?
Ooh, I got many, because I practice what I preach. I'm really working on work-life balance right now, but the one that I think everyone can do in terms of self-care is think of something that you enjoy doing and block a little time for yourself. And it can be that little time to read a book, take a walk, look at the trees. Like I took my staff bird watching, and now we're going to have breakfast with birds, right? Once the rain stops. We'd be amazed if we can just stop and be present. And we are all capable of that. But since we're living such a go-go society, so just stop. I love to laugh. I call my friends, we joke. Again, just looking at trees for me, it's really, really a moment where I can just stop, think, appreciate the beauty around me before, right, I go to the next million things that are on my list to do. So I do that every day.
That's so important. And I just want to thank you so much for joining me today and teaching me a little bit more about everything that you do. To learn more about this, check out the link in our post. And we also want to remind you that if you're looking for other mental or emotional health services, you can visit SolanoConnex, which is spelled CONNEX.org. Thank you, Dr. Cabrera.
You are well. Be well, everyone. Bye.